There are 23.5 million Americans who suffer from an autoimmune disorder. 80% of them are women. What do you think the chances are that none of them are on Facebook? Well, let's have a look. Hey guys, what's going on? Yuri Elkaim here, CEO and founder of Healthpreneur. We help health professionals get clients and scale their businesses online. And this is a video for one of our Healthpreneur Hub members, Allison, who posted this inside the Hub asking who has had success targeting or finding their people, their clients on Facebook, right? So autoimmune conditions were her audience. I have an autoimmune condition. I lost my hair when I was 17 years old to alopecia. I'm on Facebook. Okay. As I said, there's 23.5 million Americans on Facebook. Facebook has 3 billion users on the platform. And, just again, here's what I want to get across here. And I hear this quite a bit. Oh, my people are not on Facebook. I work with very, very high level exclusive people and they don't have the internet. Really? Okay. Do you think that some of the celebrities that you watch in movies might be on Facebook? Probably, right? Maybe under an incognito name. But I just wanted to squash this obstacle because it can hold you back for years in your business. Like, I'm not talking about it might hold you, like it could literally bankrupt your business because of this belief. My people aren't on Facebook. My people aren't on Instagram. My people aren't on TikTok. I mean, this is the same thing we're hearing with TikTok now, right? So TikTok is the #1 downloaded app on the planet. But no, it's all 14-year-olds apparently, right? It's not. The demographic is changing. There's a lot more people over 30 years old that are using TikTok now. And guys, we have to get with the times. To believe that our audience is not on a specific platform, you have to think about this logically, right? 3 billion people on Facebook. And by the way, guys, when I talk about Facebook, I mean Instagram as well. It's the same platform. Facebook owns Instagram. It's not two separate things. It's the same thing. So my people aren't on Facebook. They're on Instagram. Well, guess what? They're on Facebook. You can target them with ads on Instagram at the click of a box. 3 billion users on the platforms. What is the likelihood that insert your target market is not on those platforms? It's insane. It's not realistic. So I see this. And I've seen this come up with a couple clients, and we're like, listen, just watch. One of the things that I've realized recently is how big of an audience we have, right? So we help health professionals specifically grow their businesses online. We have zero interest in helping brick and mortar. I don't get a lot of joy out of helping people build prisons for themselves, which is why we don't do brick and mortar. So you'd think, well, there's a lot of chiropractors, a lot of physical therapists, a lot of naturopaths, a lot of et cetera, who are focused on brick and mortar. But what about those going virtual? It's a percentage of a percentage. And still, we spend 5 figures a day in ad spend, and there's no end in sight. My goal is to be spending $1 million a month in ads in the next couple months. And even at that level, there's still going to be so many people that we're not reaching in our small audience. So if you think of your audience, whether it's autoimmune disorders like rheumatoid arthritis, alopecia, whatever it is, you can find your people on Facebook. Now, here's the thing. If your messaging sucks, if you're not clear about who you're serving, then you're not going to find them. But here's what often happens is someone not working with us, because if they were working with us, they don't know how to do this properly, is they'll say, well, I put up a post on Facebook and I boosted it for $10 and it didn't work. Therefore, Facebook advertising doesn't work for me. And end of their business, end of story, go back to the grind, go back to the burnout, etc. You can't expect to spend a couple dollars, even $1,000, and make blanket statements about my people are not on Facebook. Because the reality is that we've had thousands of clients, guys, thousands of clients helping with every condition you can think of, from migraines to eczema, to acne, to parents with kids with autism, to fibromyalgia, to rheumatoid arthritis, to Hashimoto's, to low back pain, to plantar fasciitis, and on and on and on. Now, what makes one of them more successful than another? There's 2 things. Number 1 is how clear you are with your messaging. And I've mentioned this in the last 3 videos I've shot. If your messaging sucks, nowhere you post anything is going to resonate with your audience. But if your messaging is dialed in, then those people feel understood by you. All of a sudden now you know that there's going to be a little bit more congruence with your market. That's the most important thing. So if you don't have clarity around who you're serving, then you have to start there. Now, assuming you do, then you have to think about, well, how do I amplify my message? Because by posting on social media organically, we think that it's free and it's no risk. It's a massive risk. It's a massive risk. It's the biggest risk. It's wasting your time. It's the frustration. It's the burnout. It's the lack of, it's the decrease in confidence that comes with putting stuff out there that no one sees. That's devastating when you do it over and over and over again. So obscurity is the biggest thing that's going to kill your business. So again, you have your messaging dialed in, but no one's going to see your stuff. That's just the way the algorithms work on pretty much every platform. Okay. So what's the alternative? Well, the alternative is use something like advertising, which is what we do. And there is a negative connotation around advertising. There's fear. There's like, well, I don't want to feel salesy. Well, sorry, you don't want to help people? Well, whatever. You don't have to be salesy, right? You have to be able to have a conversation that leads people to the truth. I'll shoot another video about this, but for this one, let's stay on course. So we use advertising because it's the only way to amplify your message. What else? If you can please tell me what else you're going to do to amplify your message, to reach more people from where you are now to 10x that reach in the space of the next 30 days, please tell me in the comments below. Please tell me, because it doesn't exist. And if you know something I don't, please let me know, because I've been at this for 17 years. Okay. So unless I'm missing something pretty obvious or something I've never heard of, let me know in the comments in terms of how you're going to amplify your reach and thus your impact by posting organically in the next 30 days. In the next 30 years, yeah, for sure, keep doing that. You'll get some traction eventually. So we amplify the message with Facebook ads, right? Again, when I say Facebook, I mean Instagram as well. You click a checkbox in your ads manager. Do I want to show this on Facebook and Instagram? Yes or no? That's it, okay? So you have an ad, you can run it on any, like Instagram or Facebook or both. So just remember, Instagram equals Facebook. You put them out there. So now it's about, well, okay, well, how much am I willing to spend to make this work? Well, the question is really, how much are you willing to lose to gather data, to gather certainty? Because if you think you're going to spend $100 and get clients, I mean, you might be lucky. I mean, you'd be very, very lucky. But the reality is, guys, you got to spend a little bit of money. You have to invest a little bit of money to get data. You know, we'll have a client working with us and they're, you know, relatively new. They've deployed their pipeline and they're like, I've got no calls booked. I'm like, great, show me your critical numbers. We have all of our clients track critical numbers. We have visibility on that stuff and we can coach them through the data, not emotion. Okay, cool. So you've had 13 people come through your pipeline. You have 13 people on your email list and no one's booked to call. Okay. Does that make a lot of sense based on the numbers, obviously, that we've told them they're looking to hit? No, it doesn't. You can't expect miracles with 13 people on your email list. You have to give it time. You have to give it bandwidth. You have to give it space. Now, you might say to yourself, okay, Yuri, well, I don't have a budget for this. Well, here's what you do is you go online and you get one of these things, a credit card. Okay, you get one of those. Now, if you're in the States, you probably have a lot more flexibility. I'm sure they have them in Canada as well, is 0 interest credit cards. But Yuri, hold on, you're telling me to get a credit card here and go into debt? Yeah, that's what I'm telling you to do. And here's why. Because when you know how to do this properly, again, and the assumption here is you're not charging $9.99 for a fitness class. Our clients, we recommend charging a minimum $1,500 for a transformational coaching program that is, I would say, up to a few months in length. Okay. We're not charging by the hour, none of that stuff. You can't scale, you can't acquire clients profitably for $100 if you're charging $100. So let's say we're charging, let's just use $2,000, okay? I'm going to give you some real numbers here. So you spend your program's $2,000. Let's say you spend $20 a day, and over 30 days, that's $600 a month. Now, you can't send Facebook cash, which is why you use a credit card. Okay, guys? I'm not talking about going to buy shoes and clothing. We're talking about investing in yourself and in your business. You spend $20 a day on your ads. Let's assume that you get leads coming in at $3 a lead. So let's say your audience is autoimmunity, right? Like we have, again, I'm giving you real numbers. Okay. We have clients that are bringing leads in for under $3. We have clients that are bringing them in for a little bit more than that, right? So, it varies, but we give a range. And again, it comes down to messaging. How good your messaging is going to determine what you're paying for a lead. When I say a lead, someone who's opted in to watch a webinar, free presentation that informs them about their situation and then offers the opportunity to speak with you on the phone about possibly working together. Now, every lead builds your email list. These are all people that you're now being able to communicate with for forever until they unsubscribe, if they ever do. So you spend $600 in the first month. $3 a lead is 200 leads, 200 people on your email list. 200 people have said, I'm interested in this. Now, is everyone going to book a call to you? No way. But if you're booking, let's even say that 3 people booked a call with you. 3 people, which is on the low side. So 3 people booked a call with you in the month. And let's just say that one of them enrolled. Would it be worth it? Yeah, I think so. You spent $600. You enrolled 1 client for $2,000. Your profit is $1,400. So what do? And all of this has happened before your credit card statement is even due. So you have a balance of, let's say, $600. It's due whenever it's due. You make the money before you even have to pay your balance off. So you have $2,000 come in, you take $600, you throw it on your credit card. Done. This is what we call client finance acquisition, is the acquiring of clients pays for your ad spend. So you never need a budget. Now, I'll tell you when you do need a budget. You need a budget when you have a lot of money to waste and you don't care about your KPIs, right? Like most of these big companies, I have $5 million I need to spend by the end of the year. Just blow it. We're not working in that. We're not operating in that world. We're saying, I don't care. I don't have a budget. I have a minimum return on ad spend I need to see. For us, it's 1.6x. So 1.6 return on ad spend in the first 30 days for us. And we have no budget, which means that we can spend $1 million a day if we want to. And for most of our clients, they're seeing anywhere from 5 to 10x return on their ad spend. Now, again, every business is different, but even if it's a 2 to 1, if it's a 2 to 1 return on ad spend. Now, I'm talking about front end. I'm not even considering the back end of payment plans, etc. I'm talking like if you could acquire clients at a 2 to 1 profit, so you spend $1,000, you make $2,000. Would you stop doing that? You would do that forever, right? So why don't we do that? Well, we do. Well, our clients do. But why don't most health business owners do that? Because number one, they don't know how to do it, in which case, don't do it. And number two, even if they do know how to do it, they're afraid that things might not hold up, right? The boat might sink at some point. They have their critical numbers. They're like, I don't know if this is going to hold up. Listen, I'll tell you this, it holds up. It's just incredible to be able to see how fast you can create wealth in your business and the amount of people you can help so quickly when you have this dialed in. There's nothing that comes even close to this. So going back to the question Allison was posing about, can I find my people on Facebook? Yes, 1,000,000%. And I don't care who your audience is. They're on Facebook. The only question is, how good is your messaging? Ultimately, how good is, the solution, you obviously have to be amazing at what you do, which is a given. So how good is your messaging so people can resonate with your message, they feel understood? And number two, can you look at your numbers and make sense of them so you don't freak out after you spent a couple $100 and you don't have a client enrolled? Because you're only one call away from a client. And if you're paying $50, $60, $80 for a call booked, you can have many, many calls booked and conducted before you have to enroll a client. So, I think when I look at, I was talking about this with our team the other day. I said, what's the difference between some of our clients who do $5 million a month and others who do nowhere near that? The answer is their ability to take calculated risk. They understand that if they invest X number of dollars and they get leads coming in at this cost and calls booked at this cost, then they're going to make it up. Like one of our clients, Ryan, who's $5 million a month, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago now, they were negative $40,000 in the hole before starting working with us and on the verge of bankruptcy. And the first post he posted inside of our Facebook group was celebrating the fact that they were negative $14,000 in the hole. Celebrating negative $14,000 in Facebook ad spend. And then he finished the post by saying, oh, by the way, we have 390 some odd calls on the calendar. Do you think that some of those people converted into paying clients? You better believe it, right? So just think like logically, what is the likelihood that if just think about this. You're a business owner. A business owner is someone who is able to take risks that other people are not willing to take. And those other people are called employees. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with them. You need them. But you might be one of them. And that's okay. You just have to be realistic about that. An entrepreneur, a business owner, is the one who's willing to invest in systems and people and obviously leverage money to create exponential returns. And again, if we use the example of a credit card that is zero interest, you have 12 months, no interest. Let's just use the example that you spent $1,000 per month on your Facebook ads. And every single month you were bringing in, let's say 500 people on your email list. That's $2 a lead. So 500 people times 12, which is 6,000 people. So over the course of 12 months, you spend $12,000 on your Facebook ads. Now, in those 12 months, you pay zero interest on your balance, but you have this balance of $12,000. Okay. So you're like freaking out. Oh my God, this doesn't work. I'm going to go into I'm going to live in a box on the street. Again, this is where logic comes in. What is the likelihood of those 6,000 people that all we're looking for at a very, very bare minimum is enrolling 6 people? 6 people at $2,000 each is $12,000, you break even. What is the likelihood on 6,000 people who've raised their hand, who've come through your world, who've said, I'm interested in this? What is the likelihood that you could not enroll one client every 2 months? Just think about that. And if you don't think it's possible, you have to reevaluate your own level of confidence and conviction. Because I'll tell you this, that's what it's all about. Belief in yourself. If you don't believe you can do this, if you don't believe people are out there, none of this stuff is going to work. It doesn't matter what tactic or strategy you use. So what is the likelihood that on 6,000 leads, 6 of them would not say yes to working with you? Is that very highly probable, or is it less likely? It's less likely. Okay. Well, obviously we have bigger visions than just 6 people. So what if it's double that? What's the likelihood that on 6,000 leads, $12,000 ad spend, that over the course of 12 months, I would not be able to enroll one client every month? What's the likelihood with lead flow coming in, right? You're bringing 500 people into your email list, into your world every month. What's the probability that you would not be able to enroll one of those people every month? Very high or low? It should be low. Okay. So now this is all we're trying to play in our mind is like, what's the probability? What's the likelihood that I could not enroll one person a month? If the probability is low, why would you not do it? Because now $2,000 times 12 clients is $24,000 on a $12,000 ad spend. That's $12,000 profit. You paid off your balance with zero interest. This is what you have to be able to do as a business owner, right? But like every single day I'll see clinicians pay $15,000 in rent. Like it's fucking crazy. I don't understand that. But they won't invest in their marketing. Well, I'm going to do it for I found someone at Fiverr who's going to do it for me for $5 a day. Okay, good luck with that, right? So you have to understand that as a business owner, you have to be able to do things that most other people are not willing to do. Otherwise, you're going to get the same results everyone else does. And to be honest, because we've spoken with thousands of health professionals and we've worked with thousands of health professionals and spoken with many thousands more. And the scenario is all the same, guys. It's all the same. Most people are struggling in business. Very few are doing well and want to get better. So if you want better results, you have to do things if you want different results than what most people are getting, you have to do things differently. And if most people are doing these types of videos on Instagram and TikTok, thinking that's going to grow their business, and if you want those types of results, please do that. But if you want exponential returns, if you want to impact more people, if you want way more free time in your life, you have to do something different. And again, if we can help you, we're happy to. Because listen, like, I have the keys to open the door for everything you want in life. I know that's a bold claim. You might say, hey, you're full of shit. You don't even know my business. And that's true. I don't. All I need to know from you is that you're amazing at what you do. Everything else I can help you with. If you're not amazing, if you're not an expert, if you can't help people, if you don't have confidence, there's nothing I can offer you that's going to help. But if you're amazing at what you do and you have the ability to learn like most humans do, and you have the drive to want to get better and help people, that's all you need, right? All of this stuff is a skill, and you can learn it like you can learn another language. You just have to want it. That's it. So there we go. That's today's topic. Your people are on Facebook. You're just not going to reach them organically. It's as simple as that. And the sooner you come to grips with that, the sooner you come to terms with that, the sooner you can make positive changes so you can impact more people and really just build a much better business and life for yourself. If you're obviously interested in having us help you, just drop me a comment below. Happy to have a chat, see if you'd be a good fit. And otherwise, if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to subscribe to the channel. Lots of other videos already on the channel, lots more coming your way. And thanks again for your attention. I'll see you soon. Ciao.